Today, Governor Nixon announced several spending restrictions and line item vetoes to the 2015 budget year. Good afternoon, I'm Mike Lindquist. KOMU-8's Hannah Battah joined us live at the Capitol with details on the cuts, which include K-12 and higher education.
Thank you. I'm standing outside the state capitol building where nearly an hour ago, Governor Nixon announced cuts in about every single area of the state budget. The governor says it was hard to make the decision to cut $786 million from the budget, but he had to make up for the legislature's decision to pass a budget which exceeded the state's general revenue. Republican Senator Kurt Schaefer had a comment to make about Governor Nixon's decision. He says he does not agree with the decision, and he thinks that the governor is, quote, holding public education hostage for welfare expansion. He also said that the cuts were irrelevant because Governor Nixon already vetoed the special tax breaks and exemptions just nearly within the past month. Reporting live from the state capitol, Hannah Battah, KOMU-8 News.
A fallen Columbia firefighter will receive an award today. The American Red Cross Heart of Missouri chapter will present the family of Columbia firefighter Lieutenant Bruce Britt with a Lifesaver Award. The chairwoman of the award ceremony says the Lifesaver Award is for Britt's family, friends, co-workers, and residents he protected.
Awards don't really mean a whole lot other, it's more the appreciation of people thinking about you and recognizing what you've done and what you do, or you have done. And
Britt was 48 when he passed away. He was the first Columbia firefighter to die in the line of duty since 1986. The numbers are down. Columbia property values are up, while vacancy rates are down. The Columbia Vision Commission met last night to discuss its five-year plan for downtown and approve its report on downtown Columbia. The report shows the total property value in downtown Columbia in 2013 was nearly $35 million, a 7-year high. The vacancy rate downtown is the lowest it's been in a decade. One commission member says even though the city is succeeding overall, it's important to make sure to distribute the success to all different social groups.
We got to keep mindful as well, so it's not just that one group of people are doing very well, but that all groups across the bounds are doing well. But overall, downtown is doing well. It's something to be proud of. That while we see other downtowns have struggled, over the last few years, that ours is doing relatively very well.
Harris says the commission will examine new downtown issues next summer. Construction is underway at Columbia's newest school. Crews put up exterior walls yesterday at Elliott Battle Elementary. The school is next door to Muriel Battle High School, which opened last year. Workers will start framing the interior later this summer, and Battle Elementary will open in a year. This summer, the district is renovating several buildings.
We're a large district. We have over 34 buildings that we maintain across the city of Columbia, and so it's important for us to make sure that all of those buildings are up to par and in proper working order when the school year starts in the fall.
Here's a look at other renovations. Crews are installing air conditioning at Jefferson Middle School. There will be additions at Shepherd and West Boulevard Elementary, and workers are replacing the roof at New Haven, Lee, and Rockbridge Elementary, plus Lang and Gentry Middle Schools. In your national news today, it's been a record-setting year for the auto industry, but it's not something you will hear them boast about. According to the latest figures, 31.4 million vehicles were recalled in the first 6 months of this year. That breaks a previous record of 30.8 million for all of 2004. Auto experts say the jump in recalls is the result of tighter safety scrutiny and more companies using the same common parts. OPEC's Secretary General says the jump in oil price is not because of a supply shortage, but because of nervousness in the market due to Iraq. While speaking at the European Union, OPEC's Secretary General said oil production in Iraq is not affected so far, and there's no reason to call for an emergency meeting. OPEC pumps more than a third of the world's oil. Earlier this month, OPEC announced it will keep its 30 million barrels a day output unchanged for another 6 months. Congress is looking into the growing problem of thousands of unaccompanied children illegally crossing the U.S.-Mexican border. A House Homeland Security Committee hearing will probe the flood of Central American children into the southern U.S. that overwhelms Border Patrol holding facilities. A vast majority of children come from Honduras, Guatemala, and El Salvador, where they face increasing violence from gangs and drug cartels. President Obama called the issue an urgent humanitarian situation. Mid-Missouri beekeepers welcome a new plan to save pollinating insects nationwide. Honeybees and others are responsible for nearly 35% of the global food production. The White House says they are dying off at alarming rates due to pesticides and mites. Jim Davidson has been a beekeeper for 3 years, and he says this is a problem. After his first year, both of his hives died.
I got through the winter, and they looked like they was going to do real good. And just about the early part of spring, everybody started spraying for bugs and weeds and what have you.
President Obama created a task force of multiple government agencies to address the issue. They have 180 days to come up with a strategy. To see more on the president's initiative, visit our website at KOMU.com. It's beautiful out there, Kenton. What can we expect in the week coming up?
Yeah, it's pretty nice out there, actually. Temperatures right now already getting into the 80s, lower 80s, 82 in Columbia, looking like.
Some dads are demanding changes to public restrooms nationwide. If you're a mom, you pop into the ladies' room. Usually there's a changing table. But if you're a dad, good luck. NBC's Jeff Rawson tells us how some dads are fighting back and looking for diaper equality in public restrooms.
We know that cry. 10-month-old Emma needs to be changed. She knows it, and now her dad knows it. So he pops into the men's room at this department store.
All right, Emma, there's no changing table here.
Okay, let's try another place. How about this restaurant bathroom?
I don't see a changing table in here.
We went from men's room to men's room. No changing tables.
Everyday life for a dad, trying to find a changing table.
Most men's rooms don't have them, but many ladies' rooms do. Is that really fair? Modern dads have to get creative.
Down here on the ground, just trying to change the diaper. That's pretty crazy.
Dads across the country are sounding off. From Facebook, where the rookie dad calls it incredibly frustrating, to blogs like Dads Who Change Diapers. Let's stop the madness and just frequent the places that cater to our ever-growing needs.
Now, some public places are getting it right. Right now, I'm at a pizza place in Dallas, Texas. I'm in the men's room all by myself. Don't worry, no one else is here. And look what I found right back here. Yep. It's a baby changing table.
This is completely about equality on multiple fronts.
That's California State Senator Ricardo Lara. He just introduced legislation to mandate changing tables in men's rooms in all new public buildings.
We should be able to provide a safe, clean space for both men and women to be able to change their children.
And he's not alone. Similar bills have already been passed in Pittsburgh and Miami. It's the dad revolution, and moms support it too.
It's not fair that I'm always the one that has to change the baby when we're out shopping or at a restaurant.
It's not your job. Let him pitch in.
It's not always my job.
Oh, by the way, out of the 5 men's rooms we visited, he only hit the jackpot once, inside NBC headquarters at 30 Rock.
Oh man, look at the changing table, Emma. This is gonna be great.
Welcome to the promised land.
Now we need to have one of these in every restaurant, and then we'll be happy.
The bill in California is up for vote today, and now for today's red carpet.
I'm Catherine Wilkins, and here's a look at your red carpet report.
Today, Governor Nixon announced several spending restrictions and line item vetoes to the 2015 budget year. KOMU-8's Hannah Battah joined us live at the Capitol with details on the cuts, which included K-12 and higher education.
I'm standing outside the state capitol where nearly an hour ago, Governor Nixon introduced cuts in nearly every single area of the state budget. The governor says it was hard to make the nearly $786 million in cuts, but he had to make up for the legislature's decision to pass what he called last-minute budget cuts, which exceeded the state's general revenue. Republican Senator Kurt Schaefer was quick to respond to the governor's decision. He said he does not agree with the governor's budget estimations, and he says he thinks the governor is, quote, holding public education hostage despite welfare expansion. Reporting live from Jefferson City, Hannah Battah, KOMU-8 News.
Now here's a look at what we're following on KOMU-8 News at 5 o'clock. The Missouri Association of Social Welfare is fighting with the state after a hearing in Jefferson City this morning. They say one tax might be bigger than it seems. We will have more on that on KOMU-8 News starting at 5 o'clock. It's not the World Cup, but the matches are grueling and muddy. 4 dozen teams are facing off in China's capital this week during a swamp soccer tournament. Teams consist of 6 players, and matches last for 24 minutes. A total of 39 games will be played during the week-long event. Organizers said they hoped the soccer matches would help people let off steam and make new friends. Kenton, what do you say? KOMU makes a swamp soccer team.
Let's do it. I think that would be great fun.
That'd be pretty fun.
Yeah, we can do it live maybe during the noon show.
As always, thanks for joining us. Access Hollywood is next. We'll see you at 5 o'clock.
Have a great day.